So this is my favorite shirt, and it's funny to me, but not because of what it means. I mean, yes, it is ironic that it reads breaking news, I don't care. When I know that myself, I care about every little thing that crosses my path. In 10th grade, I would almost always fall asleep in biology class. I don't know how I would ever fall asleep in a room that smelled so heavily of hand sanitizer, and knowing that the week prior we were just dissecting frogs on that same table I was sleeping, putting my head on. Um, I know sleeping in class isn't good, but I was tired. And I was tired because for the past week I had been up all night with twins, toddlers, when I was only 15. I would fall asleep in biology class because I felt safe with the teacher. She teased me about it, but one day she actually ended up pulling me aside and asking me what was happening. I had been passing my classes before, and now I was slipping. I told her about me being up all night with the twins the night before and the previous week, and she just seemed concerned. But my response to that was, I'm the big sister. It's my job. And I thought it was. I started to see the little differences in myself. The day that the rape response services speaker came to my class and opened my eyes. They told me for the first time in my life about domestic violence, and everything that I thought was normal started to crack in the shell that was built around me for years and years of my life. So I started slowly seeing through all the morally wrong acts that my family was guilty of doing. I remember asking how much was too much and gave a different example that was normal to me. And they said it was all wrong, which was great, but also awful for me. This speech was the first time that people actually heard me speak, and honestly, the first time people saw what was happening inside my home. I asked a few more questions, and my classmates looked almost frightened that I thought all of that was normal. Summer break came, and so did the distressing events that widened my eyes to all the awful things that I was living through. My mental health fell deeper into an abyss, almost always trying to find new ways to escape and ways to cope, which I will admit were not the best. But I was trying to escape the pain that I was feeling physically and mentally because I couldn't ask for help in my household. After school came back, I was able to ask for help because I knew that nobody at home would help me. My last straw was the night my father physically hurt me, and hurt me the most and made a promising threat I didn't want him to see play out. So the next morning, I contacted my best friend at the time for advice and then called the police. As the police had headed over to my place, I took out laundry out of the dryer, to take stuff so I wouldn't not have clothing. But as I was pulling the clothes out of the dryer, I saw a shirt that was not mine, that was connected by static. It was my father's shirt. My favorite shirt was actually my father's shirt. I had taken the morning that I was moved to foster care. My father had severely harmed me the night before, enough for me to say enough was enough, and the following morning I contacted the police to get me to safety. I packed a few bags as I was waiting for the cops to come because deep down I knew that I was never coming back home. I decided to take his shirt as a trophy, hopefully if I was successful. I wanted to take something from him because he had taken everything from me. And at almost every therapy appointment I went to for the next 2 years after this, consciously and subconsciously, along with going to YLAT, I wore this shirt. I wore it because of the message that I knew that it held deep down. And I never really thought that I would have an item that was like this, or ever think of having something like this to me. But this is my favorite shirt. And it's funny to me, not for what it means, but for the story it holds behind it.